New banger.
It's Nukkle Hedd Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right. Look at his
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm bar, get the phone ball, get around with the arm with the bomb bar.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, it's Tuesday night. You know what that means. The Nukkle Hedd Comics, we in the building. We got Cap, he's in a hoodie because he seems like he's cold. We just had a fucking snowstorm.
Again.
These motherfuckers keep hitting us with the snow. They act like we're not from New York. We wish your mother would, but come holler at us. What's going on, everybody? Fucking Tuesday night, we got some comic book news. We got some Sony news. We got some screen countdown shit. We got some news. I want to start off with some off the, like, coming from left field. I didn't expect to see this just now, but apparently Tony Jaa was diagnosed with gallbladder cancer, stage 3, working into stage 4.
Shit.
Yeah. I literally just saw that. Like, that was 10 minutes ago.
Damn, well, shit. Thoughts and prayers out to him and his family and shit,
Word. Shit to deal with, but Tony Jaa beat the shit out of this like he did everybody in the movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yo. Hopefully he can get through this and have like a big comeback movie or something.
Word. Shit, man. But yeah. You want to talk about Scream first and then get into other shit, or you want to talk about the other shit and then get into Scream?
Let's get into Scream. It's on the what do you call it? It's on the thumbnail.
All right. Shit.
So, little history from us, because you guys should know what Scream is by now. But never once seen any Scream movie in a movie theater. First Scream we saw was when we actually took the trip with Uncle Pete to Niagara Falls. And we put it on in the hotel room.
Yeah.
That's the first time we saw Scream 1. Scream 2 and 3, again, saw it at his house. Then recently, last weekend, I'd binged 4, 5, and 6. Just as a refresher if anybody, hadn't seen them in a little while. Scream is a franchise in which Wes Craven, the guy who did Nightmare on Elm Street, decided to make a movie that was a serious slasher movie, but also a commentary on all the slasher tropes. So it's literally a bunch of kids from high school who are into movies and they know the rules of a horror movie. So they're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on using the rules of a horror movie. And it follows Sidney Prescott, who's the main character for 1, 2, and 3. 4 does a little bit more of like an extended family in there. 5 and 6 go in a completely different direction. And then 7, which is going to come out this Friday, kind of goes back to Sidney Prescott because there was some issues with the actresses who were supposed to be in 7. And you know how it is when you speak up for people who need to be spoken up for, you get kiboshed.
Yeah.
What?
But
Good.
no, I was gonna say, but I mean, I caught the ending of 5, and we saw 6 together, and I kind of enjoyed those 2 women. The girl who played Wednesday, and I don't know who the other one was, but they seem like they held this franchise down for a little while. And to hear that they're not gonna be in this new one with the way you know 5 and 6 went, it's like, all right, hold up. That would have been a cool dynamic to at least see the main actress, because Wednesday wasn't even the main actress.
Yeah, so the I think the original plot for 7 was going to be a continuation of their story, and Jenna Ortega, her character was going to die early on in the movie, having the other one crash out, and essentially she was going to become the Ghostface. And the reason that happened is, well, fuck it. Spoiler zone. 7th one's coming out. You had all the time in the world to fucking watch these movies. So
They're on Paramount.
yeah, Paramount Plus and on Pluto TV for free.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Some of them. So here's I'm gonna give you the breakdown of the whole entire series. 1, Sidney Prescott's boyfriend, who was Billy Loomis, and his friend Stu Macher. They were the killers because Cindy's mom had an affair with his dad, and it ruined their family.
Cindy's mom has got it going on.
Yeah. So then, in part 2, she goes off to college, and Billy Loomis's mom and one of the students try to get revenge because she killed Billy Loomis in the first one. Then in the third one, Sydney's illegitimate brother or her half brother, he's the fucking killer. He's the only Ghostface to go it alone, by the way. But he's getting revenge because he was neglected and all this other bullshit. So now he wants to just take it out on her. Fun fact, there is actually written down where her brother, the character, was supposed to be the third Ghostface in Scream 1. There's actually a scene that if you're paying attention, doesn't make sense because Ghostface attacks, but Billy and Stu are somewhere else. They're explained to be somewhere else. So they were supposed to do that, but Wes Craven cut it. He didn't think it made much sense. Try to streamline the movie. So that plot came back around for 3. Then in 4, it's funny because 4, people say it's the best of them. I actually like 5 and 6 better than 4. But, to each their own. So in the 4th one, Sydney's niece becomes Ghostface. She and one of her friends from school try to become famous because the niece is tired of the fact, or her cousin, it's a cousin. She's tired of the fact that Sydney gets all the fucking press, that she gets all the glamour. She's famous for doing nothing, which is stupid. She's famous because she survived getting attacked on 3 separate occasions, and you think that that's her doing nothing. So they try to set it up where the cousin was the final girl, getting all the adulation. Turns out she never really actually killed Cindy. So then they stop her, and I think the ending is dope because as they kill the cousin, she's lying on the ground dead, fully dead. They pan out, and all the news anchors in the front of the hospital where they're at, they obviously don't know that she's the killer and that she just died. So they're all singing her praises. And like, oh, this lady is a hero. She survived the national tragedy. She got all the adulation she wanted, but she didn't live long enough to hear it.
All right, before you finish that, the King Telemundo over here was saying that there might be a connection between I Know What You Did Last Summer and the Scream movie franchise. You ever heard that before?
I have not heard that theory, but I do know. Side tangent. I do know that the last I Know What You Did Last Summer, although it didn't do too good, I didn't see it, but I know what it's about and I know what the big twist in it is. So I don't know if you wanted me to say it or if you're gonna watch it.
Does it have to do with something with Scream?
No, I haven't heard anything about Scream, but I know a little bit about that movie. The only thing I know, the only connection is that there's two killers that wear black.
And maybe I think what the twist is that he waited until the summer, until the wintertime to hit him up with I Know What You Did in the summer.
No.
Like, you're not supposed to be here, bitch. I'm everywhere.
No, dude, the twist in I Know in the new I Know What You Did Last Summer doesn't kind of really make sense.
Okay. Is it the person that he's going after kills him? And now they become the...
No, you want me to just tell you?
Fuck it, yeah, tell me.
So Freddie Prinze and Jennifer Love Hewitt are back in this. The original two.
Okay.
They're back.
Grandparents.
These, what do you call it? These kids went out partying again, hit another dude, and now the killer's back because he knows what they did a year ago. The twist is Freddie Prinze Jr. doesn't think the town is taking this whole situation that happened to him 30 years ago seriously. So he's the fishhook killer. He's the one who goes around and now killing people to get the town to take shit seriously.
All right.
Despite the fact that since the last one, which was on a different island, had nothing to do with their hometown, nothing has happened.
So the connection is the stupidity that could have happened in Scream happened in I Know What You Did Last Summer. Is that what we could conclude from this tire in the mud shit?
No, because you can't sully the Scream franchise because this has actually been producing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like they actually was thought, and people actually asked the question, "You think that makes sense, or how can we make this make sense?" Whereas I Know What You Did Last Summer, fuck it. He's on a boat, he's on a plane, he's in an island, he's on this, and you guys don't realize that they killed me 3 years ago, and it wasn't good enough. So now I'm gonna kill everybody to make it seem like it's big enough. Who is he, Freddy Krueger? You people forgot about me, so I'm gonna get Jason to kill everybody to make you think that I'm back.
Oh, the writers were the same for both movies, so that's the
connection.
Yeah. So theoretically, because the guy who wrote Scream is now the one who's coming back to write 7, and he directed 7. So if he wants it to be, there could be a fucking. He could tie it in.
Don't though. We don't need people. I don't think you're taking this Scream shit serious. So we're gonna start killing people.
So here's the funny thing. The first they all have kind of themes, right?
Yeah.
The first theme was the overall slasher flick, right? just breaking down what the slashers were. The second and third one was more along the lines of what happens in a sequel. The fourth one was the next level. I was like, all right, so what happens when the series starts to escalate? That was the commentary. The fifth one was all about reboots, where they were like, it's a requel, where they're trying to redo it, reboot it, but keep a similar continuity.
Yeah.
And it was the sixth one was the requel, where now all the legacy characters are in play. Anybody can die, it doesn't matter. The fifth one was toxic fan base, and the fact that movies are getting worse because the fans don't want change, but they don't want to watch the same thing. But if you stray too far from what they love, then they don't want it. But if you give them exactly what they ask for, they reject that too.
Kind of like the WWE.
Yeah. So the fourth one, it was the cousin. Fifth one, this is where we get interesting, because the main character, who I got to look up now, because it's not fair to not know her name.
Jacoby and Myers.
So Melissa Barrera, who played Samantha Carpenter, she is the illegitimate daughter of Billy Loomis. And she has she went crazy. And so essentially what happened was she found out that she's Billy Loomis's daughter. She confronted her mom. As she talked to the mom, the dad was listening. The dad heard everything. Divorced the mom. She went into Samantha now went into drugs and alcohol and tried to bury all that shit. She started worrying about becoming like Billy and fucking started seeing him and having visions of him talking to her. The sister, Tara, who's played by Jenna Ortega, gets attacked because Tara's best friend bought Stu Macher's house. So the house from the ending of the first one, she bought it. And then planned with some weird dude to lure Samantha back so they can get famous and do the whole reboot shit, or the new storyline where they would kill Billy Loomis's daughter and blame this whole shit on her, saying that Billy Loomis's kid came back to Westboro and murdered everything because she went crazy and she's the daughter of a murderer. Didn't work. She killed her boyfriend. The other bitch got shot, stabbed, burned alive, and still came out for one last shot. Got shot in the fucking face again. Then the sixth one, that's the reboot shit, the requel. And this time it was the family of Samantha's boyfriend in the last one who died because he was Ghostface. Because fucking Gail, she was a piece of shit and she wrote a book after she said she was not going to write about what the fuck happened. She said fuck it, and she wrote a book about what happened to Samantha and her sister Tara, and then blatantly came out and said that it could have been possible that her being Billy Loomis's daughter is what led to the two ghost faces becoming infantilized and fucking doing all this shit. So she essentially blamed Samantha for these two putting on the mask and killing, which led people to believe that Samantha was the one who orchestrated it all. And this dude's family sitting there going, but my son was fucking perfect. And now his father, who's a cop, his sister, who's a slut, and his brother, who's nobody, gathered together to try to get vengeance for a piece of shit.
Yo, real quick, Telemundo over here said that March 6th, Mila Jovovich, end the sentence. That movie's gonna suck. So, but yeah, I mean, and so, all right, so that was pretty much the rundown for all of them, right?
Yeah, that's the entire series as of right now. So
Yeah,
it's weird because it goes two Ghostface, two Ghostface, two Ghostface, one. Then it's two, and three. And now for the seventh one, it's going back to Sydney.
well, technically, there were 4 Ghostface in the last one because you had the 2 copycat killers. Because it started off with the 2 students.
Yeah, but
Being the
only
Ghostface.
one of them did it. So
That's true.
it is 4, but only one of the other ones actually did something.
Which, don't be stupid. If you watch the beginning of that movie, the woman in that, you kind of killed yourself. You kind of,
No.
that was some stupid ass shit.
Everything else is weird, right? Because they all fucking. So if we talk about the openings, the first opening is the famous one where you got Drew Barrymore, who I guess Stu and Billy were trying to practice on.
Scream 6 is the one with the kids.
Yeah, we're talking about the Scream franchise right now. But the first one, I guess it was the practice one, so they killed Drew Barrymore. The next 2, I don't fucking remember. It always starts with somebody famous, though. Like somebody you wouldn't think, like, oh, you got hurt just to do what?
Yeah.
But the 4th one and the 6th one. So no, 4, 5, and 6 all had very unique openings because 4 was just the repeated openings of each of the stab films that they made from the last time we had a Scream. So from Scream 3 to 4, they made a bunch of stab films and they just kept showing like a fucking like waking up out of a dream, but you're still in the dream, then you wake up again.
Yeah.
They kept doing that in their opening, which I thought was pretty cool. The 5th one had the first time ever that the girl in the opening scene survived the attack, and that was Tara. That was Jenna Ortega's character, which I thought was dope. And then this one, they had the double throw, where you have a famous person who was Samara Weaving, she gets killed, and then you have another famous person who's the Ghostface, which is Tony Revolori, and then he gets killed. And now we're like, all right, now I don't know who the fuck's what and where and what the fuck's happened. I thought that was pretty cool. Although, you are dumb when the motherfucker's like, I'm down an alley. You're like, oh, I see an alley. He's like, hey, I don't see you. She's like, I don't see you too. He's like, can you wave? And she's visibly looking down an alley, empty. Nah, my man, you good. If you lost, sucks to be you. Date's over. Hang up, walk the fuck home.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, now you fuck with me. I'm good.
Cause my man's like, yo, I'm on block 86. Oh, you're supposed to come 2 over. Cool. Shit, how'd I walk up to 85? No, you gotta go the other way. All right. Fuck, I'm on 77. Wait, there's what? There's no way in hell. He told you to meet him there.
Yeah. And he's on the phone that has GPS. This is New York. This isn't like fucking Canada or fucking Connecticut or Kansas or Woodbury Commons or none of that shit. There's services here. It don't matter what plan you got, services here. They even got the free shit that give you the unlimited seconds when you can text.
Ah, yes. The second one was Jada Pinkett Smith. You know what? You know I have a hard time remembering that because I only have in my head the Scary Movie spoof with Regina Hall, getting stabbed in the theater. And every time I only think of that. And I was like, no, but that's not right. That's not it.
So now we gotta watch part 2 just to see that. But shit, yeah, but I like I said, I seen 6 fully. I liked it, and yo, Cap was on fire because he knew who the killers were, and it was like the middle of the movie.
Yo, I don't know what's been happening, but 4 I knew. So 4 I already knew who the killer was. 5 I called, 6 I called, and then there was like 3 other things that we were watching. I don't even think one of them was a mystery, and I still called. What the fuck happened?
Word. Shit, but what led you to think it was them? So if you didn't see 6, and since 6 been out for years, it was the cops' family, and they were avenging the one of the killers from part 5. What made you think it was the cop? You said the cop pretty early.
Yeah, so it's always, right, the boyfriend or any love interest or somebody who's newly there, right?
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, this one takes place in New York, right? The trailers had him more vicious, more violent. So I was thinking automatically, okay, so this has to be 2 dudes. And the only 2 dudes that are new that would make sense is the cop and the boyfriend.
Yeah.
And we haven't had, so 5 was heavily, they were saying, oh, but Dewey is, what do you call it? Dewey lived through it. Why the fuck are you not putting him as a suspect? Why is he not a suspect? And even Dewey was like, yeah, you can't rule me out as a suspect, even though he knew he wasn't. So I was just already primed in that mindset. I'm like, yo, one of these a cop has to be one of these one day.
That makes sense.
And then what really tipped me off is he said something about having a son that died. And me being me, I instantly was like, the only thing he could be talking about is it must have been his son in the last movie. It can be no other answer in the world. He couldn't have had a son that died swimming, or he couldn't have had a son that died in the, when he was 2.
Yeah.
Like, no. The only son he must be talking about is from the last one. That's just how my mind went.
Because the guy who died in the last one had a father, and the father needs a son. Be a father. Shit. But yeah, and usually when they put the emphasis on someone too heavy, it's not them.
Yeah.
And they were putting that oomph on the new boyfriend a lot, and the new white kid that was there, who actually was the killer, but they showed a scene where it's like, no, he's not the killer, and then he is the killer. The younger brother of the dude.
Yeah, I think having 3 of them surprised me.
Which, not for nothing, the one thing I would give the Scream franchise is that whoever is playing the killer, Ghostface Killer, does not look like anybody that's on screen. So you always have that, but he don't look like this fucking short, fucking stocky kid. He looks like he looks like a tall built guy.
Dude, what you missed in the 5th one.
First off, Tyson, first off, Raw is not on. All right? Shit, and show's not here to talk all goddamn day.
Guys, here's a little inside baseball. I had just finished digging out the back porch. came back around and was gonna put the was gonna put the dog out so he can run around back there and do his business because he didn't do shit when I walked him. And all of a sudden, I just hear. I was like, what the fuck? I go on the YouTube to see him in his fourth dream trying to start a fucking chainsaw.
That was Show. Show was in his Tesla. It was doing some crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm in no control of what the fuck he does today.
Listen, man.
But
I should make a video. How was Raw? It was awesome.
So back what I was saying, in the fifth one of the killers was a female. And during her fight with Dewey, when she killed him, because it was her and the fucking Ghostface, because the guy was in the elevator with everybody else. It clearly wasn't the guy. The Ghostface was not the frame of the little girl, was not the size of the little girl, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I know for a fact that if you that even if you have a bulletproof vest on, you take a shot to the chest, you are gonna double over. You're gonna have bruising. It prevents the bullet from striking you and killing you, but it does not prevent the bullet from harming you. And this bitch took 2 shots to the chest and was fine.
Word.
Got up, because she was just playing dead, got up, and then gutted Dewey from both sides with strength from Valhalla. I'm like, yo, my man, even limping, because you take the Ghostface mask off of her, even limping, anybody would beat the shit out of this little girl. This is not somebody you would worry about in a fight. This is somebody that if she hit you and then the cops were called, you would be shitting your pants because you'd be like, they're going to think I beat her. They're never going to believe she hit me.
Her hand is going to hurt and they think I did something to her hand.
That's the only thing. That's my only issue with 4 and 5. Is that it's not that they were women. It's just the women they had should not have been able to do this to everybody they fucking came across. Even Michael Myers had his shit kicked in by a couple of people from time to time. Busta Rhymes ninjutsu'd his ass for a whole fucking 10 minutes. Like,
the fucking boy they got in that fucking last one, 6, shouldn't have been able to do shit he was doing. He was breaking down a fucking door that had a closet in front of it, overpowering people. I'm like, nah, this punk ass bitch, what they taking, fucking steroids or something? Like, that was one of those, nah, man, there's got to be some kind of mystical shit with these fucking masks or something, because there's no way that this guy's tearing down a fucking door.
You know, I don't think it's they forget how reality works. I just think that in horror movies, the absolute trope is females always fucking they do whatever the fuck they want. The slutty ones die, but how many women stood up to Freddy and fucking came out the movie good? But all the guys got killed. How many women stood up to Jason and fucking survived? And all the guys got cooked. One bitch had fucking telekinesis. Fucking whooping his ass. Nobody had shit for Jason.
Yeah.
The final girl always can live while everybody else has to die. And there really isn't any like final guys in horror. That's why one of my favorite horror movies is fucking Deep Blue Sea. Because at the end of it, it was just the 2 dudes who were smart enough to fucking do what it takes to survive. 1 40-foot shark and you hit me. But that's
a famous ass line.
yeah. That's a little beside the point because the movies are still good, and your horror villain has to be scary. So as much as it doesn't make sense, you have to make them. Because think about it. Would you be afraid of somebody who immediately shows up with a knife and then gets handled? Because that movie would take what? It would be 10 minutes? What's your favorite scary? Oh, shit. Stop hitting me. Stop. It's like, oh, he's done. Put him in jail.
But, also, though, they do kind of feel like they should be getting ass whooped. They don't look like they know what they're doing.
So they only get their ass whooped out of costume. And you know what? I think I know what it is.
It's because this costume makes you scared more. And
yeah, I think that subconsciously that the shape has you more terrified than when you see the person. You're like, I know this fucking bitch. Like, I'm not afraid of her. Like,
but I mean, that and also you ready to do this? Yeah, we got guns. I guess you ain't never shot that motherfucker in your life because you miss point blank range. The motherfucker's within centimeters of your ass and you missing completely.
Yeah, and again, I enjoy all these movies so much so that I'm actually gonna go see the 7th one. But I know it sounds like right now we're shitting all over them. But I've seen stormtroopers hit more shots than these motherfuckers aiming at Ghostface.
Your word. Shit.
We saw a show called the Mayor of Kingstown, where Jeremy Renner literally just saw somebody at the corner of his eye run into a room with the door closed, shotgun blast, he hit her.
I mean, he shot somebody in the head through a windshield.
Yeah.
Shit.
And Ghostface is sitting there going, shit, run.
And then this is another thing. Like, is what is Michael Myers' sister's name?
Laurie Strode.
Laurie Strode. Is she the only one that's smart enough to learn how to fucking defend herself?
No, so Sydney, I believe in the 5th one. No, in the 5th one, kind of alluded to the fact that she was carrying and that she's not she's not the victim you think she is, and she will defend herself now.
Yeah.
Then in the 6th one was smart enough to go, fuck yeah, I ain't coming down there. I'm gonna stick right where the fuck I'm at. And if he wants to come at me, we'll fucking see what's up. Although, really, behind the scenes, they weren't gonna pay Neve Campbell what she deserved to be paid, so she fucking didn't show up. That's what actually happened.
But no, I hear you. Just, I mean, Laurie Grove, right? The Strode. She had a whole house booby trap for this thing. She was ready for this thing. Like, she was like, I looked in the eyes of the devil, and I know what I'm up against. Yeah. These women are like, woo, this shit ain't never gonna happen to me again. After the 5th, like this is almost like, this isn't a scary movie. This is how women choose their boyfriends.
Yo,
it's like, woo, I ain't never gonna have another toxic nigga that's gonna control me. Oh, I'm done with this toxic nigga. Oh, like after 18 times, you want to get the point?
Yo, this movie better have 15 Ghostface killers, and each one of them is on screen for 2 minutes as Sidney Prescott is just mowing them down. What's your favorite? You thought I was done. Yo, it's funny enough. Toe saw it. At the end of 6, I was this close from saying one thing about the ending, and then in real time making a realization and flipped what I was gonna say. Do you remember what it was or no?
The FBI agent?
No, he doesn't remember.
No, I don't.
So at the end of the 6th one, the twins, one of them gets stabbed on a fucking subway 100 times. The other one she gets stabbed like 6 times in the stomach and left for dead.
Yeah.
The brother, he gets stabbed up 100 fucking times by 2 of them and left for dead. And then at the end, he's fine.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
He's
remember,
gonna get recovered, and the sister comes running out of nowhere. It's like, I missed it again, and she's fine. They just taped up her ribs like she's a fucking WWE superstar, and she's fine. And I started to say, what kind of bullshit is this? Motherfuckers got stabbed 100 times and lived, and before I can even get it out, I hit the realization and switched and was like, fuck that. These killers never die. It's about time we have victims that won't die. No matter how many times you shoot them, stab them, burn them, the victims live.
It's just 7 movies of the same 3 people trying to kill each other. No matter how you do it, they won't die. Highlander.
Let's see,
Shit.
because they were in the 7th one. Let's see if they live through this one.
Shit. What was you saying before that? Because I was gonna say something and then you. Oh yeah. The Nev Campbell. Nev Campbell, is it?
Yes.
Where she's like, they call him, "What's your favorite scary movie?" And she just replies back, "The one where I know you are, where you are, motherfucker, because I'm tracing the call," and just start shooting the closet. Blah 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 blah. The phone. You missed me. No, I didn't, because you're a different motherfucker. And she just blah 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 blah. And it's like you're just the whole movie just call after call.
Yeah.
And then she just goes into a montage of her just killing different fucking motherfuckers.
Dude.
Like time after time. Boom, boom, boom.
Yo,
boom,
you
boom.
know, to that point, I know this is not what this movie is going to be about because we've all seen the trailers.
Yeah.
But if I was writing this movie, this is how it would work. The opening scene, there would be a girl in the house. The phone rings. What's your favorite scary movie? That whole shit plays out. She opens the door. Ghostface is there with a gun. Blood splatters on the girl's face as a wound opens up in his head. He falls. Sidney Prescott is standing there with a gun. She's preventing this from the beginning. The cops show up. They're like, Sidney, you're back? And she just looks at the camera. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
And then she
goes
gets arrested.
She goes get a dress made of bulletproof material.
Yeah.
And she goes hunting down the last one.
Oh, and then here you go. This is the best part. She gets arrested because that was them foreplaying. And she just killed him because she turned psycho. And after 5 years of her doing prison time for killing somebody, she gets a phone call. So what's your favorite scary movie? And it's the woman, it's the girlfriend of the guy that she killed. And now she has to fucking go after her.
Or better yet, raid style. They all attack her in the fucking prison.
Right?
And now she's got to ninjutsu her way through an entire riot.
If you don't want to get a call, you're gonna get this bitch.
The only thing that I really have to question in these movies is why the fuck is there so many people infantilized by what the fuck Gail wrote, and now they're all copycats. Like Gail, and unknowingly fucking radicalized an entire generation of people. Because it was the first one was 96. So what was the second one? The second one was 98. Scream 2 was 97. So from 1997 to 2000 and 23, because that's the last one, right? Because this new one hasn't come out yet. Gail's work has incentivized motherfuckers the entire time from 97 to 23 to copycat these fucking murders. And they keep making, and every time there's a murder, she writes a book and they turn it into a stab movie in universe.
Because nothing makes more money than a stab movie.
You gotta just think about how crazy that is. How crazy it is that something happens in real life. Somebody writes a book, they make a movie. That and then turns, that in turn gets somebody to want to copycat, so they do it. They get stopped. She writes a book, they turn that into a movie. Then that movie makes somebody want to do it. Like, it's a cycle that's never gonna end if she don't stop writing fucking books.
Why would she?
Yo, Gail is really a piece of shit character.
And that's another one.
Not fucking.
That's another one. She had a fucking safe with a gun. She couldn't put the password in because she was scared. And she didn't know how to fucking use it. And she didn't have no self-defense. Like nothing.
My favorite fucking part of that whole scene is when Ghostface is like, it's like something to the effect of, I guess all those muscles were for nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Because her boyfriend gets fucking murked.
That had to be the girl. That either was the girl or the kid. That couldn't have been the cop.
Nah. You know what? It was crazy. When they pull out a gun and scream, I don't have a problem with it. But when Terrifier pulled out a gun and shot the bitch, that pissed me off.
I don't know why.
I don't know. I don't. I guess because it just seems like this guy has supernatural powers and he's just fucking ruthless. Like these motherfuckers are just stabbing people. They're
he
just
wasn't
trying
at that. He wasn't at the time though.
I hear you. It was like you can't be smart and that fucking ruthless together. Like this bullshit. You prepared for when someone whooped your ass. No. It shouldn't have been a plan B. Nope. My man said you not killing me, nigga. Bye. Shit. Nah. Bullshit. Motherfuckers. Oh man.
So it's something we haven't asked. Are you hyped for Scream 7 or are you just watching to see what happens?
Seeing that the brother and sister coming back, I'm kind of hyped. I kind of wish the main character and Wednesday were there also because I wanted to see what they were going to do with it. But I want to know why they're in the wall. That's one of the questions I need answered. Why are they in the wall? Why are they matrixing this shit? It didn't work for Morpheus. Why is it going to fucking work for you? Nah. Why are they in the wall?
Yeah. All right, that's a legit question. I want to know why everybody seems to fucking there they go. Like I know houses in America aren't built the best. But if you hiding in a wall, why are you moving?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're already hiding. He's the only way they can find you is if they hear you scurrying behind the wall. Stop fucking moving.
Shit. I don't know why that made me think of Mayor of Kingstown. Whereas like when they're hiding from the inmates in the riot, and the guy like fucking couldn't help it and did the like he was scared. And I was like, that's true fear, and you don't see that in a horror movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that was like one of those like, yo, why are you making noise? Like, nah, I get it. I get it. This motherfucker had no choice, but you know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't help it. Like that, he is terrified. Like there's no other word for that. He's terrified. This bitch is in the wall, a little scared, and I can hear your heart beating. Star-Lord, what kind of name is that?
He's sitting there like, did the wall just fart? Wow.
Right shit. Yo, and that's another thing. You're in the wall. And all I can think of is behind that wall is outside. You know what I'm saying? Like you're in the house. Behind that wall is outside.
You never know. Behind that wall could be just another room.
This is true. But I'm just like, you could have went outside through that wall. But you decided to stay there. You didn't think this through. You didn't think, you know what, I'm gonna have a hidden wall that goes outside, so when there's a guy in the house, I could go outside through the wall. It'd be my wall door. My wall door. But we'll see, because I'm just critiquing the commercial.
You know what? The
Oh,
final
and that
trailer-
balcony.
Good.
That balcony. I'm telling you right now, if we buy a house with the stairs going up to the second floor and there's a little fucking handrail, we might want to get something to cover the whole shit so we don't fall off the motherfucker. Because every time they go to kill somebody, there's people falling over that shit and landing down the floor. And now apparently motherfuckers is landing slower this generation because he could turn around and stick the knife up while he's still falling. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's because Gen Z is there. Whenever they fallen, it's Zack Snyder fall.
Oh yeah. I'm faster than everybody because I'm going slow. Shit. Motherfucker. Fucking Snack Snyder. But yeah. So there you go. Now you know.
Now you're all caught up. Just in
Word.
case y'all wanted to go see the 7th one as well, and
All right,
haven't saw any of them in a while.
So in the original one, you had Nev Campbell, Friends, WCW champion,
David Arquette, Courtney Cox.
yeah, Scooby Doo, and
Matthew
Johnny
Lillard.
Depp, the
Skeet
remake. There you go, the remake. And then part
Yeah,
two,
I feel like you're a translator.
yeah, part two, you had just Friends, Nev Campbell, and WCW champion
So you had David Arquette, Nev Campbell,
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox. I'm trying to think. You had the woman who played Sheldon's mom in Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
In Big Bang Theory, she was also Roseanne's sister in Roseanne, and her partner was Timothy Olyphant.
And they were the killers?
Yeah,
And Jamie Kennedy.
Jamie Kennedy doesn't fucking count.
Yeah, he doesn't count. But and then part three is the same core.
Yeah, part 3 is essentially the same core, and the killer is
Her niece.
Scott Foley, I think.
At Summers.
I'm not. Let me just make
And
sure.
and that's her niece or the killer's niece.
No, Scott. And in part 3, it was her illegitimate brother.
Okay, and then 4 was the niece.
Yeah, which was Erica Roberts, was Julia Roberts' niece.
All right, and then
Yeah, it was Scott Foley.
okay, and then 5 was when they introduced Wednesday,
Yes.
the new girl,
Yeah,
The Wonder
Samantha and
Twins.
Tara, which is Melissa Barrera, and
Yeah.
then Jenna
Wednesday.
Ortega.
Yeah, and then the Wonder Twins
They were also in 5.
and the girl who bought the house and the son of the motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right.
Which,
now these are all
funny
technical
enough,
terms.
Funny, so it's Jack Quaid, and I forget the other girl's name, but she won the Oscar last year for Best Actress. And then
The Killer?
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Mickey Madison.
I wouldn't have thought that she was gonna.
And she won the Oscar for Best Actress for Honora.
All right. There you go, Mickey Madison. Thanks, Leon. So now, in 6, it was Wednesday, New Girl.
It was the same 4 who survived 5.
Yeah, Wednesday, New Girl, and the Wonder Twins.
Yeah.
So now the Wonder Twins are back with Nev Campbell.
With Nev Campbell and Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox didn't die.
No.
Okay. And the Wonder Twins don't like Courtney Cox because she wrote a book that made everybody go after
Sam.
New Girl and Wednesday.
Yep.
All right.
But now, so here's the funny thing. And again, this is only what I saw from the trailer, so I could be wrong. But it seems like Ghostface is, well, I mean, it is Ghostface coming after Sidney Prescott and her family. But it seems like Gail now enlists the Wonder Twins, like, hey, it's happening again. You got to come now to us and help us catch these motherfuckers.
Like, they open up an agency. If you got Ghostface Killer, we coming for him. We coming for you, nigga.
They're the Ghostface Killer Busters.
There you go. Shit.
When you're getting stabbed and you don't know why, who you gonna call?
Ghostface Killer Busters.
When you get a call and you can't hang up, who you gonna call?
Well, at that point, nobody, because you already on the call. But Ghostface Killer Busters. When they ask for your favorite scary movie and the guy in the white face comes for you. This is the entrance music for the Stab 8 movie. The budget is getting lower. People aren't watching the shit no more after this. They killed the last one. They don't believe a cop can do that.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. That went off the rails.
Mask on fire, strong desire to stab you once more again.
There you go.
Bam, 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 bam.
There's no easy way out when he stabs your throat.
There's no easy way out, especially in your own home.
There you go.
Shit.
Your cell phone rings, you pick it up. He asks you your favorite movie.
Hey woman, what's your favorite scary movie, woman?
Yeah, now we are just. Now we're off the rails, just Weird Al Yankovic.
The ultimate Ghostface Killer versus the ultimate meatball, baby. It's a Rocky movie. There's enough. There's enough Rocky movies to go around.
Sure. Tell me why did you answer the cell phone? Tell me why did you open up that door? Tell me why.
Why
did you put a mask on, stab me? All right.
'Cause I want it that way. Shit. Yeah, that was Scream. That was Screaming with Friends. So we don't get copyrighted. But all right, since the only perfect segue is to segue into Marvel, we're gonna have to segue into a screaming moment where they told Sebastian Shaw, that's his name,
Stan.
him too. They told both of them. It so happens their first names need to be Sebastian. That they told him he would become Captain America when he got the whole rundown of the movie's plots. They told Bucky that he was gonna be Captain America in one of these movies. Obviously, they didn't mean any of the movies they were gonna make. But he might be Captain America in Doomsday.
Yeah, they still got 2 more. Because remember, they could be in Secret Wars. They could be a variant in which Bucky Barnes volunteered for the Super Soldier Serum and not Steve. And then we get Captain Puerto Rico.
But there could also be a time where they don't give it to Sam, they give it to him.
I mean, I would love to see this live action.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Captain San Juan. Especially now that Bad Bunny did the halftime show, people would lose their shit.
Word. So apparently there's a
This is a costume studio who came up with this shit.
hold up. That's actually kind of dope. Yeah, that would have been dope to see in the theaters. Apparently, there's a trailer for part 2 of Scarface. And I learned something new because there was a guy reacting to it. And they go, oh, Scarface is older in this movie. And I was like, wait a minute, that's how time works? That's what happens when you make a sequel to a movie 30 years after the first one? The person who was in it before gets older? What?
Didn't he die though?
Yeah, but still, like, your concern is, oh, look, Pacino got older in this movie. No shit. No shit. When it came out in the 70s, that was 60 years ago?
Yeah.
What the fuck you want him to do? Stay the same age? Was he Captain fucking America? They froze him. They put him in, he landed in a whole tub of cocaine and just fucking never aged. And healed very slowly. It took him 60 years to heal, but he healed.
Yo, 1983, so 42 years ago.
I'm sitting here like, yo, this is why I don't think this generation works anymore. They're getting fucking amazed by the fact that when time passes, shit gets older.
I'd be questioning how the fuck is he still there if he died in the first one.
Well, he can't question that because he wasn't alive when the first one stopped being shown on TV. This motherfucker looked so goddamn. He looked like he was born in 2012, motherfucker. Like you gonna fucking sit there and react to a trailer, motherfucker? You ain't reacting to a goddamn trailer. You that fucking young. You don't know what the fuck you're looking at. You couldn't pay to go to the movie theaters back in the day to watch that goddamn shit at the age you at now, boys. You sit your ass down. Talking about, oh, well, he got older. You know, shit. Bitch. I didn't even watch the fucking trailer because I heard that and I turned it off and said, nope, I don't want to be associated with this stupid shit.
Yeah. It's like a video I watched where this girl was like, yo, it's crazy to think that kids born in the year 2030 will live long enough to see the year 3000.
That's not how it works. You gotta get to 2100 before you get to 3000. That's not how it works. 2030, it's gonna be 170 years old. Wait, what?
Yo,
Even that is wrong.
here's the second funny one. They asked this woman how many dimes are in a dollar. And she went, and I quote, "A dime is 10 cents. There's 4 quarters in a dollar. So if you break it down," and then she went like this, counting dimes, and went with its 2 dimes. 2 dimes make up a quarter and a half. And then said that the answer is 2 dimes.
2 dime bags?
2 dimes make up a dollar.
Bitch, I got 2 dimes. Give me $1. Cash me out. What the fuck is that? You can't be this stupid. You can't be this stupid. You can't be going to college. You getting more education. You stupid. You fucking stupid. Holy shit. You can't be this stupid being stupid. God damn, you stupid. You so stupid, your mama regrets being born. Like, God damn shit. It's like, what the fuck? Holy shit, man. You did math to guess 2 dimes.
I want to know 2 things. I want to know where she gets 2 dimes equals a quarter and a half.
Yeah.
And not to mention, I want to know what the fuck this was. What was she doing?
And this is what I don't understand. If you know a dime equals 10 cents and 4 quarters make $1 and 2 dimes make 2.5 or 1.5 quarters, you can't sit there and go, that 1.5 quarters is $1 now. You would have been at least smarter to go 8, thinking that you was making 4 quarters. You know what I'm saying? Because that would have been like, okay, you did the math wrong, but I see where you're going. No.
Yo,
But you can't sit there and go 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents, 80 cents, 90 cents, $1. 10 dimes.
yo, I want the last thing I want to know is
Right.
if 2 dimes make up a quarter and a half, how is 2 dimes your answer for an entire dollar?
I want to know where the half of quarter comes from, because it's 2 dimes and a nickel make a quarter. If a dime is 10 cents and a quarter is 25 cents, and you got 2 dimes, that don't make 30 cents. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on here? Holy shit. These people stupid, boy. They should stop giving tax breaks so motherfuckers go to school.
Yeah.
Solve this problem. What's 10% of 100? 2 dimes. All right, go back to school, you stupid ass. You failed. That sounds like where the guy goes, how many centuries does it make? How many decades make a century? He goes, well, a decade is 50 years, and a century is 10,000 years. So 10 decades. You're right. you fucking wrong with what you said, but your answer was right. Like that was.
But you see the difference? The guy stumbled on the right answer, and the girl got worse.
Yeah. My man
with her
said, all
summation.
right, how many pennies are in $1? 100. How many pennies are in a dime? 10. 2 dimes make a quarter and a half. So obviously those 2 dimes can make $1. If they really put their minds together, they could have been $1. They identify as $1. You motherfuckers can't tell me what a dime is, but you can tell me what a woman is. Like this is the battle you choosing to fight. Jesus Christ. This is the battle. You in everybody's business, but the one business that you need to be in is get your money. These are the motherfuckers that need that fucking question. If you go to the store with $1 and you need to buy a can of corn, and that can of corn is 80 cents, how much money you getting back?
About a quarter and a half.
Word, but of course, a quarter and a half. Holy shit. If a train going to Wyoming is going 80 miles an hour and a train going to New York City is going 90 miles an hour, at what point would you stop reading this fucking question and just say, give me some goddamn numbers to put in a goddamn equation and I'll give you the answer?
Nah.
I used to read that shit and I'm like, wait, I need a map? Because I would be like, I don't know where the fuck Wyoming is. And where if the train going to Wyoming and this train going to New York, they're going to 2 different places. What the fuck they meeting for? But they fucking have their friends. Don't do that shit when I'm on the train. Go straight to New York. I got shit to do. Don't meet nobody. Don't meet nobody nowhere. I don't need you crossing none of that shit. You go see that nigga when you're done. After work, go chill with him. Motherfucker. Shit. But speaking of numbers, I got some numbers for you.
Good.
I don't know if you've seen this or not, but Wonder Man generated 549.6 million minutes of watch time in its first 10 days of streaming, which is lower than most live action MCU debuts in Disney Plus.
So Nielsen ratings are notoriously like a week behind when the show airs for normal standard TV. Streaming numbers actually are worse. So they come out like you might get the second week, the second 10 days, like a month after the initial reporting. I want to see what the final numbers would be once everybody was like, oh no, this show is fucking good.
Oh, so all right. So I'm gonna read you some of the comments from this shit. The first one that I'm gonna read you is actually the first comment, but I want to hear your take on it. It was incredibly slow, drawn out, and boring. The actors did their best. They did the best they could. However, it should have just been a 90-minute film.
He's stupid. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Next.
Fuck you, Gomez, bitch.
What do you mean slow and drawn out? This is a drama. It's a character development fucking show. It's a character study.
Yeah. So here goes another one. Now this one's better than that one, but I think you might also agree with it. But better than most MCU shows. Also, it was short run times, so wouldn't accumulate as much runtime, and they all dropped at once, so you didn't need to go back and rewatch episodes really.
I agree with that. So short run times mean less overall watch time. And again, yeah, if you binged it all once, that's it. You didn't have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, somebody said, isn't every episode also shorter than the other Marvel shows? Which it kind of was. And one guy goes, short episodes and no promo. It's like they wanted it to fail.
So I don't think it's they wanted it to fail. I think they didn't have confidence in it. And, I mean, can you blame them? Nobody else had confidence in the show.
I mean, we did. As soon as we saw it, we was like, yeah, I got confidence.
As soon as we saw episode 1, I changed my tune. I was like, nah. I was wrong. This shit is fucking great.
Word. So the last comment I'm going to read, it goes, Marvel hate is so forced. I guess FF. I don't know what FF stands for, but I'm going to say future fuckers. The last few live action products on Disney Plus have been solid. You all hate for the sake of hating.
Well, what are you talking about last few? Because Agatha all along, okay, I'll give you. Wonder Man, definitely. Ironheart,
The
about as
last
solid as Swiss cheese.
few episodes was good. I would say the last 3 episodes was good of Reinhardt. But this what I said was, oh shit, they found out he was black.
Who?
Wonder Man.
This is the first time. I don't even think the racial swap even fucking matters. Because clearly this isn't the one we know from the comics, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
Well, that first comment where he was talking about it's boring, drawn out, should have been a night. That has to be because this motherfucker's black. Because there's no way you watch that show and go, this shit is boring and drawn out.
I couldn't wait to watch the next one.
Yeah, like the acting in that shit was fucking superb. And I don't even use words that start with super and with perb. You know what I'm saying? So that alone should tell you that this shit was written excellently and performed up to the standards of the way it was written. I don't want to hear this bullshit. And if you're somebody, I read the comics and that's not the comics. Well, guess what? Is it a TV show? Is it a good TV show? Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, just Ben Kingsley and Yahya Abdul-Mateen the third, I believe, is the full name. But their chemistry alone is worth the price of admission.
Yeah. I would love to see future projects with them in it. But yeah, I think the hate is real. It's just also, I'm pretty sure half the motherfuckers didn't even see the shit. They just fucking talking shit because they heard somebody else say it.
No, some of what he said was true. The hate, there is hate just for hate's sake.
Did you see the absolute Green Arrow character? So everyone is shitting bricks because the absolute Green Arrow character, his arrow, is made out of machete.
You have the.
That's his arrow. 2 machetes.
Oh, that's his bow. Okay.
I mean his arrow. Yeah, well, you know what I meant. His bow. Okay. Made out of machete. Now all of a sudden he thinks he's Pancho Villa.
I don't know how well that's going to work as a bow design, but.
Word. But since we're talking about bows, we got to talk about Star Wars. And I want you to hear this. So I'm going to put this on the... Small dogs are the craziest.
Inconsistent. Some people are going to say, but Qui-Gon described to Yoda that his training was incomplete and therefore he could not manifest himself fully. It's more about the metaphor. The Force Ghost thing has always been a two-handed effort. It's not just a ghost appears. It's also who's calling for that ghost or who's ready to hear that piece of information or that knowledge. And that metaphor is played out that as people become stronger in the Force, they see more. At the end of A New Hope, Luke can hear a faint voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. At the beginning of The Empire Strikes Back, he sees barely an image as he is growing in the Force. Now, after he trains with Yoda, there's Obi-Wan. He's right there. And then by Return of the Jedi, Obi-Wan is so there that he could sit and have a cup of coffee with the guy. It's as much Luke bringing him into that world as it is Obi-Wan bringing himself there. So as Obi-Wan regains that part of him and opens himself up to what he feels is his purpose to help other people, Force grows in strength with him. The more he is willing and ready to hear the wisdom of his mentor, Qui-Gon Jinn. You know, look, is it consistent? Is it non-consistent? Some people are going to say, but Qui-Gon described to Yoda that his training was incomplete and therefore he could not manifest himself fully. It's more about the...
See, there's only one problem I have with that statement. you can't get more trained and stronger in the Force than Yoda. And Yoda never saw Qui-Gon fully.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon himself said he couldn't figure out how to fucking do it. And then trained Yoda to do it. So are we going with the fact that Obi-Wan can do it, Luke can do it, but Yoda never could?
No. I think the reason why Yoda can do it and Obi-Wan can do it is because they gave themselves up to the Force. Qui-Gon was taken. Qui-Gon died. Because if you think about it, before Darth Vader struck down Obi-Wan, he disappeared in his clothes. Like, he disappeared. Yoda was like, all right, I'm done training you, and went to sleep and disappeared. Qui-Gon fucking got killed by Darth Maul. Even Luke, didn't he did this Force spirit to fight everybody and then fucking disappeared into the Force.
I mean, that makes more sense.
You know, I'm not an expert like this guy is. But, you know, I've seen the movie. Real quick. Okay, good. I was gonna go back to the It doesn't seem like it should work because I don't know how you connect two machetes together that's supposed to bend into a place and then pull a string. They would bend and fold. So I don't know how you get resistance. But I guess it's badass because it's machetes. It doesn't impress me you got two machetes. If you want to impress me, put the machetes in a pocket and take out a real fucking bow and shoot an arrow with that and then pull out the machetes and kill somebody with the machetes. I don't need you. It's like, you're going to make a fucking gun out of a goddamn paper cup now? Like, all right, kiss my ass. So what?
It'd be more impressive if they were what you said in the beginning and that the machetes were the arrows.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I just don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. But what was you going to say before I...
No, it's just funny how, because the movies were done out of order, we now have to extrapolate so much, even to the point when in canon the motherfucker said, I don't know how to I can get you the voice, but I don't know how to fully project my image. We still have to be like, well, don't listen to what he said in canon. It's actually this shit over here.
Yeah. I think my theory works.
But then how did Qui-Gon show up at the end of Obi-Wan?
Oh, Obi-Wan probably he probably showed him how to do it.
And again, what makes this no sense is he said it's up to the person being called, right? How strong they are in the Force, because the stronger Luke got, the better vision he saw. We saw clear as day Obi-Wan that closed himself off and was weak as shit.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon literally was like, whoa, we got to get you back in touch with the Force at the end. So how was he seeing shit?
Yeah.
By your own metric.
That's the problem when there's too much glorification of what's happening other than the truth. Because everybody wants shit to be poetic and shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, all right. I gave up on Star Wars when the lesbian took charge of the production, and now that she is fired, the damage is too great. Now we have gay Klingons. He's talking about Star Trek. In Star Wars, I gave up when nothing made sense in the past that has more technology than the future wars took place in.
Well, I mean, that can easily be explained.
Yeah, because the original ones, he was on a planet that was a slave planet or some shit.
Tatooine.
Tatooine, like that planet was known for its being poor and a desert planet, and that was majority of it. And when he went to go find Yoda was in solitude. He was hiding. So why would you be in a planet that had so much technology and shit? And when you seen the Death Star and all those other things that he went on to fight Darth Vader on in the planes, they're kind of the same as what they were in the original ones. In the original movies, they had more technology because they went to the wealthy planets where the Congress people were, and they showed the actual fight between the Republic and Congress, and General Palpatine fucking up both the Jedi's way of vision and manipulating the military and shit. So it kind of looks like, oh, they had more technology in the future and less in the past, but it's like you go to Manhattan and like, yo, all this shit is fast paced and all that. Then you go to the Bronx and like, what the fuck happened here? You know what I'm saying? It's two different areas, got two different things.
That not to mention the prequels took place before the war and then during the war. The original trilogy took place after the war and after Palpatine was in charge. They destroyed Alderaan. You think this motherfucker was leaving people with advanced tech? Nah, he's making sure that nobody can contest his reign.
Word. But there's one thing, like, remember, I keep saying I love how
the rooster fight.
I have no idea. Accident. I'm talking about R2D2, him flying and spitting out oil when he never did that in the originals. Yeah, I mean, they had more technology and.
Yo,
also, didn't they have
the fact that Yoda was an acrobat?
Yeah, but didn't they also have to restore his memory or some shit in the originals?
No, that was in the sequel.
Oh,
they didn't have to restore his memory. What do you call it? He was asleep, and they just had to wake him up.
Yeah.
But I can attest to this. If you saw what the fuck I could do on a track or on a baseball field when I was in my teens and in my 20s versus what the fuck I could do now, like if you watch me play baseball right now, you'd be like, this dude is old, fat, slow, and he sucks. And then if somehow you could watch me 20 years ago, you'd be like, where the fuck was this skill at?
That is true. He might still have the technology to fly, but no jet fuel. You know, he might not have the fuel for the rockets in his foot or the oil to spit out. That is true. I always hated the way Anakin acted like a child in the original ones. I couldn't. It's like you straight out act like a little boy, but then you start realizing, oh yeah, that's because he never had a male role model. You know, he had a fake older brother in Qui-Gon. I mean, in Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon would have been his father figure. And Yoda and Mace Windu, I guess, were too good to teach the boy. You know, the two masters. This boy has rage in him, but we're not gonna say nothing to. Let him crash out. Let him crash. We don't need to teach him nothing. Be all right. Don't say nothing to Obi-Wan neither. He'll be all right. They're doing good. But then you watch Clone Wars, it's like, wait a minute. He didn't act this way in Clone Wars. Now he's acting this way. It's like it's a little. The direction in which the character went was horrible.
Yeah, but.
And Padme over there. I am the princess. Fucking prone.
They're trying to fill they use frog DNA to fill the gaps in the DNA sequences.
That's why they could change from male to female.
Well, life finds a way.
Stupidity finds a way also. Yeah.
You said stupidity?
Yeah.
Speaking of stupidity, Sony Pictures wants to reboot the live-action Spider-Man universe after they fucking said they were done making movies about Spider-Man villains.
They were done making movies about Spider-Man and Spider-Man villains.
After Morbius, not Morbius, Craven, they were like, we're done. We've reported it here. They were finally done. And now all of a sudden, these motherfuckers are like, oh no, it's going to be a full reboot and we're going to fucking do it again.
Because God forbid they don't make money off of shit.
But now here's the fucking kick in the pants. So is Spider-Man no longer in the MCU after Tom Holland leaves? Or are we going to have a Batman situation where we got Tom Holland in the MCU and then whatever Spider-Man you fucking pick doing his own shit? I hope they get Robert Pattinson to be Batman or Spider-Man.
Don't you wish that on me, Ricky Bobby? Unless it's the Sony movie, that way I don't have to watch it.
This is the Sony reboots.
That way I don't have to watch it. Fuck that. Fucking bullshit.
I'm gonna see if I can pull up some quotes from that.
Just as long as we don't get the Black Spider-Man in an actual movie. You talking about the symbiote? Which they actually have unused black suit from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. So they were gonna put the black suit. Wait. Oh, okay. So the suit that they had was the web one with the actual logo on it. What the fuck they using?
Yeah,
they just used a black Spider-Man suit. They didn't use the Venom suit.
Yeah, so according to this, they just asked him if it was live action. They said, yeah. It was a reboot. He said, yeah. Huh. I guess they were trying to mimic the costume.
I mean, I think that shit would have been dope.
I don't know. It don't look good in the pictures.
Because that shit looks like it's from the 90s. Those pictures.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So did you hear the theory that Marvel picked a side after the Civil War, and they basically picked Captain America's side? Because Captain America, after he returned to Infinity Gauntlet, he got to live the life he wanted. Sam became Captain America. Bucky became absolved of his crimes and became a senator. Who else was on the team? Oh, Ant-Man got to do a little stint and whatever, but he got back to with his family and nothing's happened. Like, he's living happily ever after. But War Machine got shot down, caught by the Skrull. T'Challa's dead. Iron Man's dead. Black Widow got the chance to at least live happy in her bubble for a little while, but then Vision got the stone ripped out of him and he died a horrible death. And Hawkeye was able to fucking live with his family because they just gave him house arrest. It's like, so everybody that picked Iron Man's side, dead. Even Spider-Man. He's like, Spider-Man lost all of his family and friends. He lost Aunt May.
Hey, when you're on the wrong side of history.
So I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think it had anything to do with the sides being picked. You know, that's just the way the cookie crumbled. Because you had on Captain America's side, Bucky, who was an assassin, who was trying to redeem himself. Wanda, who was trying to redeem herself from what she did with Cap in Africa. Sam, who was the type of person that was trying to help everybody and just fucking stood under Cap because he knew what Cap stood for. Ant-Man was just some dude that had the technology and was like, yo, Captain America's my guy. I'm going to help him out. Fuck Stark. Stark was the guy that was the answer to all the problems. T'Challa
wasn't even on Tony's side,
yeah,
really.
Yeah. Chadwick Boseman, that was real life. You know, that we don't know what he would have done if he wasn't in this. Spider-Man, that was stupidity. He went to college to be stupid. Doctor Strange, you didn't even want to ask the girl to reconsider? He's like, you could do that? So you want me to erase the memory of everyone in the world with a magic trick, but you didn't know you can speak to someone. All right. Genius. All right, what are we getting Doctor Strange 3 and where is his third eye?
I have no clue, to be honest with you. I have not heard anything. They are working right now one movie at a time. They're only worried about Doomsday right now. Kind of worried about Spider-Man, but that's still a Sony problem. But right now, they're worried about Doomsday. Then they're going to worry about Secret War. And then after that, we'll find out where all the chips fall.
And I have a question. Since Captain America went back in time and he never existed, how can these equations of Scarlet Witch blowing up the hospital and the Infinity Stones actually occur? See, the thing is, if you went back in time where you existed in it and you lived your life, then that timeline still had you doing everything. It's just your future now goes back to that timeline to live your life. Remember how they explained it? It was like the future you is now the you that's back in time. You know what I'm saying? So if you killed baby Hitler, it wouldn't stop him from doing what he was doing. It's just the future him would be back in time dead or some shit like that.
Yeah. They also said that it's going to feel like years for him, but only a couple of seconds for us.
Yeah.
So he wasn't gone from our timeline that long.
Yeah. That's why they didn't implode when he saw touch the other Captain America.
Unlike in Time Cop, where
the
same creature cannot occupy the same space at the same time.
Which technically
makes more sense.
Yes, but still doesn't make sense. Because I was watching Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about if you have a time machine, you need also space machine or something like that, because if you go back in time, like let's say we went back in time to yesterday at this same exact time, the planet would be in a different spot. So not only would we have to go back in time, but we would have to travel back to the spot that the planet was in at that time. So our bodies now would be occupying this spot, where our old bodies will be occupying this spot, because technically we're not in the same spot.
That's why I fucking hate time travel in all movies. Because no matter how much you fucking explain it, you can't make none of it makes any sense.
And that's why I don't believe the shit is true. Because if you're gonna go back in time, right? Something's gotta happen. Somebody's theory's gotta be right. But the only way to get the theory to be right is you have to test it.
Yo, do you ever hear that there's that fucking I guess you can call it a conspiratorial joke about time travel? Where they're like, yeah, what do you call it? The joke, it goes somewhere along the line that time travel does exist, and everybody just went back to the point where the Titanic sank because they wanted to watch it, and they caused the Titanic to sink.
Wait. You said no, say that again?
I don't remember what it is exactly, but it's somewhere along the lines that time travel exists, and for some reason everybody wanted to go back and watch the Titanic sink. And because everybody went back in time to see it, that's what caused it to fucking sink.
I don't know what would make everybody go, we gotta go see the Titanic.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up to get the full.
Yeah. All right, but how can the Earth move when most of the movies just show a ball standing still not hurling in space? And how do other aliens get to Earth if we're hurling in space in a whirlwind with no direction?
So, picture this: it's the same thing as when you look up, and the plane in the sky seems to be barely moving, even though it's moving at 500 miles an hour. So yeah, we're moving incredibly fast, but it still takes 24 hours for us to go around the sun. So when you're looking at it, the movement might not be as perceivable as you think.
And also gravity. Gravity affects
motion, or everything is relative to something else. So its motion is going to look different relative to however you're looking at it.
And because the Earth is so fucking big, we don't feel it. And that's why the ocean, you would think the oceans are moving because of us spinning, but it's because of the gravitational force from the sun. I mean, from the moon. I just have a question. With that theory, if ancient aliens came here and have the directions, if we're moving, how can they come back with the whole direction? Oh, we're moving in a circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they had the technology to come here, then they would have the technology to know that we're rotating around the sun just like other planets are, and they can dictate where we are. And plus, they'll see a big ass ball in space when they come looking for us. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you go and finding the building, like you don't know the address, but you see that building every day. It's like, oh, there goes the building. You know?
Do you think I could play this without?
Yeah, fuck it.
Getting copyright? But I'm not going to show the video. I'm just going to play the audio.
All right.
Joke about the day we invented time machine. You want to ask what historical event will people most want to observe? The number one is the sinking of the Titanic. The way the argument goes, the Titanic sank because so many people time traveled back to it to see it sink. So history, because the movie made by James Cameron, when the ship sank, she looks up and it's her point of view and it's the wrong sky. Not only that, it was a lazy sky. The left side of the sky was a mirror reflection of the right side. So I wrote to Jim back then.
That's two different stories in there, but that first part is what I was talking about.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Well, then you got to remember the people that would be having access to go back in time. There's Bruce Springsteen. Imagine that. That's the only reason why. And what was that concert? Not Hard Rock.
Not Rite Aid. Live Aid?
No, the one with livestock. No, stock.
Woodstock.
Woodstock. That's the only reason why it survived, because everybody went back in time to go watch the Woodstock concert. That's why everybody was singing along to brand new songs. They knew it before I even said it. Shit. Hold on. Speak real quick. Let me use the bathroom.
Was yeah. To be honest, I'm not a scientist, so I don't know how this whole coordinating Earth movement and where you would be and where you shouldn't be if you time travel. I don't know how all that shit works. Like I said, I think time travel is stupid. I would just say Neil deGrasse Tyson was called out after trying to get several tickets to the Super Bowl and baseball games just because he was a celebrity. Oh, well, I'm honestly surprised that he's into sports, period. Like, I don't know. He once had this famous thing where he said he caught the end of a football game and saw a field goal kick, made it through the uprights. Then he calculated the fucking wind and the earth rotation and some other shit and tweeted out some mathematical shit as to why that kick made it. If he is a fan, I don't think he's a fan like other sports people are a fan. But yeah, man, as Toes using the restroom, I hope they don't reboot the fucking Spider-Verse live action. Or if they do, I mean, if they're really hell-bent on it, they have to do what they're doing in DC and make it a Spider-Man that has nothing to do with the MCU. Bring back fucking Andrew. Right? They let him redo his live action Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield, and let's see what the fuck happens with him in it. But it's Sony. Like right now, you can't have any faith in them. Every movie they make fucking sucks. Every single one of them. Yo, if he's placing bets on these games, like, that'd be hilarious. He's like, did you know I'm not actually placing bets, but they're scientific experiments? Like,
Who's that?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Because I was saying I don't think he is a sports fan, and if he is, I don't think he's a sports fan the way normal people are sports fans.
Yeah, word.
So King here was just saying that he probably is a gambler and just bets on the games.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, we still don't know. We still don't know if Sony's gonna, not Sony, if Marvel's gonna introduce their version of the symbiote. But they ended that shit real quick. The symbiote joined the MCU, and then the last ride, Venom was like, we don't like the Marvel that much.
Psych your mind.
Like, motherfucker. Shit. I don't blame them. The fucking Venom suck. I didn't even see any of those movies, but I know they suck. Now, here goes something.
Yo, although before you get into that, just try not to forget it, because how funny is it that the main bad guy in Madam Web, they said his accent was so thick that on set he couldn't say his lines. So they had to go back and ADR it, which means he had to go into a booth and record his lines so they could play anyway. So how the fuck was his accent not thick in the recording booth, but on set?
Yeah.
You were saying.
No, that don't make no sense. But yeah, all I want is actual good Terminator movie that is directed by Cameron himself to finish out the first two movies in the series. Yo, listen, man, they did too many fucking Terminator movies already.
Give it up. 1, 2, and 3 happened, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't. They can't keep going back in time to kill more people that they ain't gonna die.
You can't tell me that they got rid of Skynet. So somebody made a new program that did the exact same thing. Then you killed John Connor. Cool. So then the humans made a new leader that did the exact same thing.
If that's the point, then the Terminator should make an equation going, no matter what, this is going to happen. So we're going to have to adjust somehow.
So then we just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. Kill all the humans in the future where you're at.
Yeah. But back to something real. I want your opinion on this take. And this is something that they showed, but I also think that the reason why it didn't work is because it was silent. But Anakin went through a lot of shit. But Obi-Wan went through a lot more shit. But I think because most of the shit that he went through was in secret, Anakin was never able to learn from that, which thus made him more vulnerable to the dark side. Because Obi-Wan lost his master, which everyone knew. Then he lost his best friend and student. He lost the woman that he loved. The order, he lost the order that he dedicated his life to, the Jedi, with Order 66. And he never went to the dark side. And he told Darth Maul that the reason why he never went to the dark side is because it's stronger to resist the dark side than it is to use it. You know, because the dark side, because Darth Maul's like, the dark side's stronger than you know. He goes, yeah, but it takes a stronger man to resist it than a stronger man to use it, whatever. But then Anakin never learned the strength that Obi-Wan had for his convictions. You think that's because he was battling with so many secrets that he couldn't show him?
No. I think it's a little simpler than that. And the fact that Anakin never, Obi-Wan never really wanted to train Anakin. And he only did it because Qui-Gon asked, so he never really trained Anakin. If you look, even in the Clone Wars, he's like, Anakin, what are you doing? Oh, well.
Yeah.
The only time you ever see him actually yell or get mad or like be serious is at the end. We were brothers. The fuck are you doing? I have the high ground. It's the only time he ever got mad at him. I told you, this motherfucker stabbed this dude through the chest from behind. Anakin did to that dude. That dude on the Mandalorian, on the fucking on Mandalore. And they both looked at Anakin like it was a sitcom. It's like, oh, Annie.
No, but you know, like Anakin kind of followed in his steps. He fell in love with Padme. This guy fell in love with the Mandalorian. You know, Anakin.
Yeah, but he fell in love with Padme long before he even knew Qui-Gon. Obi-Wan had somebody.
But I mean, Qui-Gon was teaching Obi-Wan that it's possible to have connections and still be with the Force. Because wasn't Qui-Gon also somebody that loved somebody or something like that?
True, but yo, you ever been in a situation where they're like, yo, train the new kid? You're like, all right. And then you show him what he needs to know to be functional at the job, but most of the time you're just bullshitting, laughing, and just sitting around.
Yeah.
And when somebody asks, they're like, "Yo, can he do the job?" And you're like, "Technically," but you ain't show them the ins and outs. You ain't show them how to fucking when you're delivering 18 boxes. What's the fastest route? What's the best way to deal with it? What's the best way to break it? You ain't show them all that shit. Like,
Well, no, I did. They just don't listen.
I was just giving an example.
No, I hear you. Well, that's the thing with power, finding a vulnerable person that you can brainwash to use at your advantage in a person of power that wants to keep your power hidden and use it. Well, that's what Palpatine was pretty much doing.
Yeah.
Did you know that Darth Maul didn't want to be a Jedi either? Like he didn't have a choice but to be the apprentice to Palpatine? Because the Night Sisters gave him the power the same way that his brother got the power, so his brother could be his apprentice.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Darth Maul doesn't seem like the corporate type.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a true Sith Lord.
I think once we watch this anime, he will be.
Because that same guy was saying that how you notice how he never really turned on Palpatine.
Yeah,
He always
supposed-
was loyal to Palpatine.
We're supposed to learn why in this show.
Yeah. And then they were saying that once Palpatine killed his brother, that's when he's like, "Oh, fuck this nigga."
But you know what's crazy? Like, who would believe Darth Maul anyway?
Yeah.
Or actually, I think by the time they figured it out, Darth Maul was already supposed to be dead. So what sense would it make for you to come out and be like, he did it? Like he was executed 4 days ago, but he did the crime. Like, we know.
So Joe had a question in the group chat. And it's the same question. He goes, if Thanos had the ability to snap and take out half of the people, why didn't he just put double the resource?
Okay, I'm tired of answering this one. If people were taking advantage of the resources we had now, and it was that bad to the point where people were struggling, and taking out half of them would ease up on the resource shit, then giving them more would not have made it easy. They would have just reached that fucking boundary and stretched that out too.
That's what I told
And you
him.
know how I know? Take any fucking kid on this planet who asks for one piece of candy, and you give it to them. See how long it takes for them to ask for another.
Yeah.
But if you give them the piece of candy and you tell them, yo, that's it, and you fucking take the candy away, and there's no option for another one, they don't fucking ask for it.
No, I hear you, because I told him, I was like, the more resources we had, the more selfish we become. Like, we'll use that up in the same amount of time.
Yo, look at what the fuck we're doing now. The number of resources in 1920 during the Great Depression, right, dwindled to nothing. Then we rebuilt. Then what happened? Boom. We expanded exponentially. And now we're sitting here, kids don't have school lunch to eat. They have food scarcity, all this other shit going on. There's literal motherfuckers in other countries dying of hunger. Did we double up? Did we learn how? No, it just, the more you have to offer, the more people are going to take. I worked with a bunch of people that during COVID, they were the company that owned the nursing home was like, hey, here's the thank you for coming in during this devastating time and working. It's a bag of Skittles. And I watched as every single one of them motherfucking nurses was like, the fuck a bag of Skittles. That's all they're going to give us? And then proceed to take 4 or 5 fucking packs.
I hear that. All right, last question before we call it goes, what if Thanos wished for never-ending resources? I don't think the gauntlet gives you a wish.
That doesn't... Did you guys... Thanos was from a planet that didn't listen and ripped itself apart. Do you think that guy gives a shit about... what do you call it? Being good and divvying up resources and caring and fucking compassion and empathy.
Yeah. And also, Thanos in the comics was obsessed with death, so he wanted to impress it.
Yeah.
So we have to have some kind of fucking... He's a mad titan. You know, the mad titan means that he's crazy.
Yo, in the Bible, Jesus says turn the other cheek, right? Here's the thing. If your neighbor fucking yells at you because it's like, yo, you took the parking spot I wanted. Easy enough. Turn the other cheek. Whatever, man. You yell, I don't care. Still got the spot. Go in your house, live your life. You walk out into the street. You get held at gunpoint. You get beat. They steal your money. The cops catch him. Are you really smart for being compassionate and going, I'm not going to press charges? No, because he's either going to do it to you again or to somebody else.
Yeah. Kind of like this shit with Spider-Man. I don't see the point where that was my problem. It became your problem when he went after your uncle. Yeah, the thing with Thanos, he was madman. He had wanted to accomplish, eradicate half of the universe, which was his life mission. So I understand. But the thing is, it wasn't he went crazy. It was rational to him.
But if people change their behavior if you take drastic measures.
Like the people that were eating people when they were stuck in the mountain.
Yeah. Or if you want to quit smoking, you can either do it cold turkey or there's a whole bunch of steps you got to go through to fucking stop. Like nothing just happens. And yeah, he had the gauntlet and he could have, thought about whatever he wanted. But then how come Tony Stark didn't fucking do it?
Yeah.
Hulk just said, bring everybody back. He didn't say anything about making shit better. We had 2 heroes fucking do it. And not one of them thought to do anything better than kill this dude and bring them back.
Yeah. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace, everybody. Appreciate you, Telemundo, coming on here. We'll be back tomorrow talking about sports. So everybody tune in. Peace, everybody.